G'day people. So, this is the derby pattern that we made not so long ago, and I've got some of the finest couch leather. This is just literally off a couch I found on the street, ripped it off. It's not the best analogue for proper boot leather. It's a bit soft, but other than that, it'll work just fine. This pattern that I made, it's not a very serious pattern. So, now a lot of people are going to grab these plastic cutting boards, but I tell you what, don't. They're not great. You want something a little bit soft that's not going to dull your knife as soon as your blade hits it, which is why I use this. I don't know what this is for sure, but my best guess is it's a polyvinyl sheet. God, it's been ages since I've done this. The lighting in here is absolutely terrible. It's been ages since I've cut a pattern. But I've cut hundreds of these things, so it's a bit like riding a bike. You don't really forget. You just don't have the stamina that you used to. I moved the pattern, so that's a bit of a stuff up. But for the first shoe I've made in blooming decades, I'll put up with that. Get our prick markers in. And there's a vamp. Nicely cut. Let's hope I got all that. So, the trick with cutting a vamp is you want the leather to be tight, heel to toe. Right, and you want the stretch to be across the girth, right? Now this leather's so soft and crappy that it stretches in about the same way. You're probably not going to be able to see that, but I can barely feel it. So anyway, this couch leather's got one piece that's got nice leather that's crisp and tight and is going to look good, and it's got this bit which is all nasty. So this being the lesser quality stuff, I'm going to use it in the quarter, because the quarter is less visible. So obviously we've got the vamp, which is the most visible part of the shoe. We've got the best bit of leather there. And then let's cut these things out. So I think the stretch in this is basically twice as much. Okay, so it's tighter in this direction. So we'll turn this over and we'll cut it this way, so that a quarter is tight from heel to toe. So it's tight this way and it'll stretch this way. Just get this on the cutting board, and then I'm going to get in the way because I'm going to start down here. Pattern, I can already see problems with it. The actual character of this quarter is not really great. This front part where I'm cutting now is it's a bit thin. I think if I was worried about actually selling this as a proper shoe, I'd change that before it even got to this part. knife properly. Yeah, lighting's a bit of a problem here. That's 1/4. Probably throw all this away. Getting warm. Nice bit of a workout. Use muscles I haven't used in decades. Alright, I don't think I'm gonna try and do this one in one go. Because I can hardly see what I'm doing. Taking little bits off the pattern, that's not good. Alright, let's see how bad a job I did. And I mean, cutting material this soft is inherently a pain in the neck. So, sharp knives and good first passes are probably your best way to get through this stuff. Did I even get that? I don't think I did. So we'll just reline that a little. Take that edge off. Does that one look pretty bodgy? I have to slow down and get some of my muscles back. That'll do us. Alright, let's mark it. We're going to have to come back and put different markers. And of course I haven't done a lot of this in a very tried and patient, sort of diligent way. I've just sort of... This is the first sort of shoe that I was taught how to make, and it's a good refresher to just remind oneself of how to make a shoe, the basics. Alright, so that's the leather. We've got our 2/4, we've got our vamp, we'll put that aside. Now, lining. I'll get back.